Hey guys, welcome to another show of Studio 7. Thank you for being here with us. I'm Shara.
And I'm Eju, and today we are talking about the Dulos case, hunting for evidence. It's going to be good. It's almost kind of a two-parter. We're going to go through it
Yes.
presentation style, but then the following week we have something good coming up, but you're going to have to hold on to hear that. Got a new intro going. It's a little bit quicker. Realized that we want to be careful with our time. So,
Just wanted to
very
let
cool.
everybody know this is for educational and entertainment purposes only. Please do your own research and always be kind to everyone.
Absolutely. That is huge because in this negative world, we want to keep it upbeat, positive,
Positive.
everywhere. Comments and
Exactly.
in real life. And what else? What else should we do? Or what else we hope you guys
So
do?
we definitely want to make sure that you comment, subscribe, and share with your friends.
Yes. And we're marching. We're new channel. We just
Almost to
started in
1,000, right?
January.
We want to go to 1,000. Right now, we have about
Yeah.
600, close to 600.
Yes, absolutely. We only have like a little over a dozen episodes. We start, like I said, in January. We haven't even been doing this 2 months. You guys have been awesome. We're
Exactly.
marching, and when we get to
Appreciate
the
you guys.
1,000, we're gonna do more. We're gonna do live events every week or quite often, and also if we get those 1,000 subscribers soon enough in the fall or late summer, we are planning to go to Colorado,
That's
where
going to be exciting.
that would be exciting. We're gonna go to the Chris
But
Watts.
it's up to them. So you'll have to decide. If you're subscribed and have your
Yeah,
friends subscribe, then we can
we
go.
need to make our numbers. If each person out there knows one friend, say, hey, can you just subscribe to this channel because I really want them to go out to Colorado and
We'll
visit
do it
these
for
sites.
you.
Yeah, exactly. Then we will definitely do it. We're gonna go visit the Chris Watts area, and we would go visit Barry Morphew, Suzanne Morphew case. Go out there, try to find some evidence in that area. We're gonna go to hopefully to some different sites. I don't want to give it all away, but that's only if you guys subscribe. So thank you so much. But today is kind of like sort of like a two-parter, Shrock, because we're gonna go through this presentation style, kind of presenting the information, but then a week from whenever this episode gets posted,
Mhm.
what do we do today? I don't want to say it all. Have you?
Yeah, so
What do we
let's,
do?
why don't you just let them keep being suspense for a
Oh,
while?
come on.
Yeah, so
Throw
they
them a
have,
bone.
it'll force them to watch.
Nah, okay, then I'm gonna tell them because I can't keep a secret. So we went to Hartford today because we live in Connecticut. We're only like what
Yeah,
15 minutes, not even from Hartford. So we went in there
did go
to
to Hartford.
to see where Fotis in the area where he threw the evidence, the garbage away.
Right. And we're
Or
going to
the
post that soon, too, so you'll get to see
Yeah, it'll
that
be a week
live.
after. Basically, you'll get this one week, and then that one will be the following week. So
That
it
is
won't be too
correct.
far off. So, so before we get out of Chirac, she put this all together. Before she gets into all the stuff that she collected, she did a great job. I want to mention what we do that's a little bit different from other channels. We have our own crime board, and what we do is we put on this things of interest. We put what's factual, what we feel confident about, and there's certain items, key items that we go out to you guys, the community, and do a poll, and then whatever you guys come back with, whatever the majority, we post on here. For example, we're confident that it happened at the event happened at Jennifer Dulos' house, and it happened on the 24th. We know for a fact that Michelle Triconis, she just did get convicted. That's hot off the press, so that's a fact.
Yes.
And a community vote was we went out there and said, "Hey, who do you guys think did this? Who are the main suspects?" And unanimously, or quite a bit of you said that it was Fotis and Michelle. So that's one of the examples where we get you guys involved and we build this board. It's just the way we feel as we track the case and what we talk about. We
Yes.
kind of collect it. So it's something unique that we do
I like
for
the way we
the
do that. That's
cases.
pretty neat.
So now take it away, Shirok, in terms of some of the
Yes, so we
information.
definitely going to be talking about Jennifer Dulos, and she went missing nearly 5 years ago after dropping her children off at school. The investigators used like evidence to show that Fotis Dulos, her estranged husband, has committed murder. Detective discovered like blood rolling through her garments, dug through garbage, watched stacks of video footage of photos, and collected biological evidence.
So they did quite a bit, and I mean I think they did it pretty quickly too, compared to other some of the
Yes.
cases we covered.
So, like on May 27th, 2019, this is Albany Avenue in Hartford. This was reviewed
Where
at
we're today.
here today. So in this area, they're showing footage of photos,
Yep.
and it shows here that he has like a dark colored pickup truck, and this is the 2004 Ford Rapper registered in the Ford
Raptor.
group.
Yeah.
Rapper group. So this is something that happened the same day that Jennifer died. You see, it says 5/24/2019, approximately 7:40 p.m.
I liked the way you said that. I know it was just a little mistake, but it was so cute. I couldn't help but laugh. Ford rapper. I thought you said rapper. Yo. No,
Yeah.
That's why I had to say.
Yeah. That's,
Yo. Anyhow, the one thing to note is, in addition to what you mentioned, you could see that there's trash, and they could see the trash bags in the back of the truck, and also too, you got rid of at some point you got rid of a mat. I think it was one of the carpet mats. I don't know if it was at a gas station, but anyhow, he just went wild in Hartford, getting rid of all kinds of evidence.
exactly.
And I don't want to talk about it now because I want to hold off until
Yes.
we do the next show where we're live. We'll explain, some of the, I have to say theories, because we don't know for fact what Fotis would say, but why he did some things that he did in Hartford.
Yeah. So on May 30th, 2019, the camp located him again. He had like dark pants and like a baseball cap on, and it observed him with a black colored pickup truck. That's the same truck, right? And that's the 2004 Ford, the Rapture vehicle he had with the plates 910 FYC. And the female, you notice the female's like leaning over.
I don't know if they can see
you
my mouse,
her?
but
She's pretty small over there, but she's there.
yeah, people
And-
following this case are seeing this
I know.
photo. Yeah,
And on the surveillance, and they found that was Michelle
Trichonis.
Conis, yeah, and that's Dulos'
Your
girlfriend.
girlfriend. And a couple things. Why is that brother wearing a hat when, like I'm follically challenged, aka bald? This guy's got a nice head of hair and he's wearing a hat? Like what? Okay, that's one thing, and what was the other thing I was going to mention? Oh, and we mentioned, if you haven't seen or know about this case, and I should have mentioned in the beginning, I apologize, but definitely check out at the end of this video, there'll be another video where you can reference back where we go through the background just very quickly.
Yes.
But there's a lot of other stations or shows that go, like, I call it deep dive background.
They
They go
just
through
basically
every
took the
little
story.
thing of the background story, not so much the whole case, but backgrounds. So check that out. But yeah, that was interesting. She said she was getting rid of gum or picking up gum or doing something with gum. But anyhow, that was a kind of interesting shot.
Yeah, so this is another cam that they caught in Hartford. And this happened 5/24/2019 again. And 5:31, the black Ford into the area of Albany Avenue, covered in Hartford police surveillance camera on the west. Now, at 7:32, the Ford was shown traveling eastbound along Albany Avenue. And at 7:32:07 p.m., the Ford turns light from Albany Avenue onto southbound Milford Street.
It's so funny, and I'm sorry, I can't wait till the next episode to say this part. I'm going to probably repeat it when we do our next show, but, he's thinking, and we won't get into the reason why, but he's thinking, I'll just go in the inner city, this thing we get, mix it with everything else. The thing of it is, if he just went out in his area into the boonies and did this, there'd probably be no cameras or less cameras, and nobody would even know because there's not much attention, but it's just interesting how it's police surveillance.
Exactly, the surveillance pick all
It's
of this
just-
up.
Yeah.
So when he throws it in the garbage, see, this is the difference though. When you throw things in the garbage, someone is going to drive by and pick it up. If you throw things out in the boonies, the evidence stay there. Imagine throwing something in a garage, someplace.
Mm-hmm. That's true.
So the evidence stays there.
That's
Where
true.
this is he knows that it's going to be picked up, and
That's a
once it's
really
picked
good
up-
point. And the
Yeah.
counterpoint to that, though, see, this is where we have,
Okay.
the difference is that's possible, but usually you have normal pickups, even in the boonies, because I've lived in the boonies and I've lived in the city. You know that you've lived in the city. But the same thing is homeless people and different people like to go through the garbage.
Mm-hmm.
So there's chances that that evidence could be, found and messed with too quicker in the city versus Booney. So I'm sure he wasn't thinking this all out. Let's just put it that way, right?
Yeah, that's true. I agree with that one. Yes. So this is actually located in Hartford, and this is Jennifer Dulos. The investigators continue search of garbage dump and remains and evidence of missing Connecticut mom.
Yep. So they kind of did all that research. I know they're
Searching and
relatively
looking.
pretty quick on getting out there and doing that, which is good
Yeah.
because other investigations they weren't so quick on that.
Right. And one thing I have to say about Hartford and also the Connecticut state, they go very detailed. As you can see, when I was looking through the affidavit, it just like it really it combs out a lot of the data, and that's what we do. So it's basically was nice and clear and vivid.
Connecticut as a whole, let me give a shout out to the state police officers and even the city police officers
Yes.
in Connecticut. I only did a small stint as an intern when I was a young IT guy in college for the state police slash a little bit of the FBI stuff, mostly state police. And we have in where I grew up in Meriden, Connecticut, we had the state police academy, which I was like a mile down the road from. I did
Nice.
like some internship work for some of their investigative areas that they have, and the canine unit and all that stuff. And they do. I have friends who are in the state police. I have friends that are in a bunch of Connecticut cities, and just overall, I think Connecticut does a really, really good job. We can contrast this with other states. I think Connecticut does an excellent job
to agree
with
with
their
that as well.
investigation work.
Now, this evidence right here is actually the evidence that was seen that they actually they pulled from the garbage. So the detective checked the trash receptacles shown on surveillance and recovered garbage bags. And this is what they actually revealed.
This
from
is
there.
an actual picture. This is actual evidence, like Shrock is saying, and you
This
can
is like
see.
undergarments, her cut, undergarments.
And it's sad. It's very sad. Look at this photo, and they've even mentioned it, I think, in the documentation that this blood loss between this and where they found the other stuff is just a person wouldn't be able to survive. It's just very, very sad when you see this.
Yes.
Now I know these photos are just for example only. They're not
Exactly.
the real case files. I just want to
Exactly.
say that ahead. But go ahead and
Yes,
explain.
and
Yeah.
so this is the blood-like stain of the poncho that they found. It's not really the actual poncho, and that's what Ed said. And the swabbing stick side of the duct tape located on the interior, and also the swabbing from the trash bag, swabbing of bag openings and separated bag portions. So they just gathering all of this evidence up. There's tons of DNA, and that's one thing of the evidence. And there's different types of evidence, but this is called the biological
Yep.
evidence, which is the DNA.
So let's see. Let's break it down.
Yes, and this is one thing that they did a phenomenal job at when I was getting the affidavit was the description. This is blood-like stain on the Land Rover. That's the hood. Now that's not actually the hood of the vehicle. I just pulled another hood and just took a photo of that. And this is DNA matched to Jennifer Dulos. So this is her DNA on this hood. And this is at 69 Wells Lane. This is Jennifer Dulos' home. And that's
Yeah, we talked about this before in other episodes. It mentioned 71. It's just the numbers changed, but it's the same
Right.
home.
Now
home.
in 2019, it was 69. Now today, it's considered 71 Wallace Lane, the same address.
Right, the same place.
Exactly. When someone bought it, you don't want to 69. And yes, and this is another blood-like stain on the Land Rover bumper. That was her vehicle inside of her home on 69 Wells Lane. DNA matched to Jennifer Dulos. So that's, God knows what she was doing. And, so blood, that's her blood there as well. And then also the blood-like stain is on the rear fender. That's not her vehicle. Again, I just wanted to let you be clear of that. But that was DNA matched to Jennifer Dulos.
That one was just an example.
Yeah.
And this next one, too, is just all examples.
Exactly.
They're not real case file photos.
Exactly. And this is from the kitchen sink faucet. Now, this one is a mixture of Jennifer and Photo's DNA. at 69 Wells Lane. So in the same her house, right?
Puts him there.
Exactly. And the sink cabinet door, positive for blood of Jennifer Dulos. And then the swabbing inside the knob plate mudroom door, DNA match of Fotis Dulos on 69 Wells Lane.
He probably thought that he was going to do such a good job with everything.
Yes.
They were just going to say that she went missing, and that I think that was his end game, that she just went missing, and there wouldn't be none of this, and that he did a good job. But like most people involved in crimes, they think they're smarter than everyone else in the room. And again, these are example pictures as well.
Yes, these are sample pictures. And this is a plastic zip ties containing BLS, and that's still blood-like substance that the BLS stands for. And it's like the kitchen sponge and blood-like stains. And then there's other household trash items, numerous items covered from trashes. Okay, and this is just not the photos again, but there was definitely a lot of household item goods, right, to clean up the blood. And that's what's shown in the photo there, because that's what they found, a lot of that. And that was inside the bags.
So one of the big episodes we have coming up, and we'll probably cover this probably later in the month, if not early April. So we got other episodes lined up, but this one will be a big one. And what it is, it's going through the timeline more specifically as to the possibility of where would Jennifer most likely her body be. Again, it's just going to be, it's going to be just based on the timeline, like where theoretically she was during those times, how much time was in between. That's a possibility to have that disposal. But a lot of that is going to be filled in from a lot of this blood evidence.
Yes.
Because based on the blood evidence, you can tell, where that blood traveled, basically. So that's going to be part of the whole thing.
Yeah.
And again, we're not saying we're solving anything. We're going to solve the case. We're going to say logically, based on evidence, this would probably make more sense, or these are more of the possibilities. We try to throw out all the, really crazy theories and try to get down to what's more probable. So, but that'll be the next, episode
that should be
in the
an
future.
interesting one.
But I mentioned it because this blood evidence is going to be so important for us to go through.
So
this.
a lot of this is going to overlap, because we're going to grab this evidence that we have, and we're going to just do a trace of what happened.
And when we go in April too, we're going to do a little bit of, I don't want to say investigation, but we may do some looking around as well.
Yeah, that should be good.
In certain areas, legally, not going to cross any boundaries. But what do you guys think of all this?
Yes, what do you think?
All this evidence, if Fotis was still alive, do you feel that he would be convicted? I'd like to know your thoughts on that.
I see his blood and DNA at her house. The kids is not there, so he's not there visiting the kids.
And I know we'll talk about this in the next episode, but what do you guys think early on? What do you think was his motive for going from New Canaan, Farmington, these areas where high valued homes, beautiful houses are kind of separate. They're huge, 3,000 to 6,000 square foot. How, more than that probably.
10.
And then driving all the way to Hartford to do this. What do you think is reasoning? We'll hold back on what we think just yet, but I'd like to guys know. I mean, this is great.
Comments down there as well. And
Bring
it's
the
something
comments
that you want us to do. We are in the States, so we can probably make that happen. Okay.
Yeah, exactly. Like I said, we're definitely gonna go in the Canaan area. That's for sure. We're definitely gonna head down there, go to the park and some of the areas.
It's already on our to-do
that's already on our to-do. But yeah, let us know what you think. We're not going to do any community questions today because, we don't really have the evidence. This was just communicating as we get to the next part. These two episodes, this one and the one that's going to happen next week that's related to this, they feed into the bigger episode where we talk about possibly where Jennifer is. So that's why we're doing these first. Any other thoughts or?
No, I think we did a good job, and
I
just can't wait for the next
Hopefully
episode.
It's informative.
Because,
what we try to do, I mentioned this again, please do your own research, entertainment purposes only, because, we can make mistakes as well, but we try hard. And I know early on, we relied upon some information from the internet in our first few episodes, and when we did our double, due diligence, realized that was off. So right now
But I think
we
you got
search and
this
do our,
from the
we
actually
did
root analysis.
from the, yeah, well, from the court
Yeah, from the court
documents.
documents. So
Any
that's like
documents from the court, from the
has been
investigators
filed through the
that's
court.
filed through the court.
Yes.
We go through all that. So if we don't know anything, or if you see like we're not saying anything, because if we don't know, we might hold back,
Yes.
because we'd rather be a little bit known. And if we come up with a theory or idea, we try to have it somewhat based on fact. And if we don't, we'll say it. We'll say, hey, this is our theory,
Right.
based on just conjecture, based on generalities. But anyhow, we really appreciate you guys.
Thank you for
Chirac
watching.
talks about you guys all the time. You know how good you guys are with watching our videos and commenting and all that. We will try to get to your comments. I'm so sorry for a little bit behind, but we'll definitely do that. And what else? I was gonna say, I forgot what I was gonna say. I always do that. Oh,
Yeah. So our
good.
next episode, we're going to be talking about some more cases for Jennifer Dulos. We
Yep.
have the NK one.
Yeah, we got
the Susan Morphew.
Yeah, so basically our 3 cases, sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off, Chirac. What you're trying to say is we have basically the 3 cases that we're really interacting with right now is the Chris Watts case, this Jennifer Dulos, and the Suzanne Morphew.
Yes.
Those are the 3 that we're highlighting right now because there's
we
just
might have
so
some
much.
pop-ups of other things just random there.
Yeah, we might have some random stuff.
Because we saw one today about the vehicle.
Oh yeah, exactly, yeah. But what we might do is, the reason why we focus on these 3, people are very passionate about it. We're passionate about it. We would cover more cases if we were just breezing over them, like a lot of the channels do. They kind of go through them and they move on case to case.
We did a survey.
We like to do the DJ. Yeah, go ahead.
The survey basically said that they want a more deep dive. So actually we are going to accommodate our subscribers, right? We're here for you. So that's why we're going to do exactly what they want us to do.
Exactly. And those deep dives are only as good as, as you get more familiar with the case. You have to investigate more time.
Yes.
You have to live and breathe it. You have to go deeper into it. So, it's good to cover a few than many and, kind of, not do as deep of a dive. So we'll get there. We just appreciate you guys. That's what we're trying to say. And we're going to try to do what we can to fulfill some of those desires that you guys have for us to cover.
Exactly.
So until next time, please stay tuned
to Studio 70.
You got it.